My name's Sian Mitchell. I'm a project support officer working for Worcester Cathedral. So when I was at the University of Birmingham, I did my BA, my undergraduate degree in English from 2010 to 2013. And then following that, a couple of years later, I came back here because I loved it so much, and I undertook an MA in International Heritage Management, which is based at the Ironbridge International Institute for Cultural Heritage, which is here at the University of Birmingham. Well, I loved studying at University of Birmingham so much that I actually studied here twice. I did my BA in English here between 2010 and 2013, and then in 2015 I came back and I did my MA in International Heritage Management. And both times that I was at Birmingham, I absolutely loved it. I would recommend it to everybody, both for English literature and also for heritage management. The lecturers are great, the campus is fantastic, and the quality of teaching is just really, really spot on. And I found that it really helped me in my career development so far. So my career path has taken me from academia into heritage, then back into academia, and then back into heritage, which I think is quite common for people with a background in heritage management. We do tend to go from one sort of job to a different job in a slightly different sector sometimes. When I graduated from my BA, I decided I wanted to carry on in academia, and I did a master's in English literature. And after that, I had the sudden realisation that I probably should try and get a job in the real world. And it was quite a wake-up call, really. I did some volunteering for a year at the Oxford University Museum of Natural History, just to get a flavour of some different roles in the heritage sector. And I worked as an archive assistant for 2 days a week, and I supplemented that with paid work in the gift shop of the Ashmolean Museum. That was really useful for me because it gave me an idea of what roles I really like and what my skill set is in the heritage sector. After that, I thought I really would like to do some more work in the theory of heritage management, so I undertook an MA here at Birmingham in International Heritage Management. Part of that course allowed me to do a 6-week work placement, and I was fortunate to get one at Blenheim Palace, which meant that I had 6 weeks working in the education department there. And again, the more work experience you can get, the more you find out what your niche is, what you really enjoy in the heritage sector, and what your skills are. From there, I had a period of job hunting. Like most graduates, there's always that few months where you sort of, you're applying constantly and not necessarily getting anywhere. But eventually, I got a role at Coventry Cathedral as a schools team guide. And that role was term time only, 0-hour contract, but as a first job it was great in giving me the confidence as a public speaker to work with groups of school children, groups of adult learners, in taking them around the historic sites in Coventry, and hopefully getting them enthusiastic about history and heritage. After that, I spent a month over in Berlin working at a heritage site on the Berlin Wall, which was a fantastic experience. I'd always wanted to travel, and it gave me the opportunity to do that. And after that, I got my current job at Worcester Cathedral as a project support officer, working on our Heritage Lottery Fund bid that we have that we're doing in progress at the minute. So as a project support officer on a day-to-day basis, my job is very varied and can change from one day to the next. I'm responsible for supporting the Worcester Cathedral's plans in getting a Heritage Lottery Fund second stage bid to develop our medieval undercroft or monastic cellars into an education centre. So as a project support officer, I work alongside the fundraiser, the project director, and the director of education and the architects in bringing all these different work streams together and putting forward a case to the Heritage Lottery Fund that we need the money to see our project to the next stage. It's really exciting, and hopefully if things go to plan and if we do reach the second stage and get the funding that we hope for, in a couple of years' time we'll have a lovely new education centre, which would be incredible. There's so many bits of advice that I've been given over the years, and it's hard to cherry pick which bits are really useful. I would say targeted work experience and volunteering is really important. I would say probably think laterally as well in terms of what skills that you already have. Lots of us have done work in different fields we might think is actually irrelevant to the career that we want. But in the end, if you look at the skills that you've got from, say, for example, waitressing or working in a shop or working in a business, a lot of these can be applied really well to work in the heritage sector. I'd also say if you don't get that first job that you're hoping for and you spend a long time applying to different roles, don't panic. That is absolutely normal. Most of us spend quite a long time applying to different jobs and getting nowhere, but eventually you will get there. So don't lose confidence in yourself because it's not you, you'll get there.